Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Let's just see, yep, sound's coming through okay. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. We are back after a week's break from the P1 lobby, so we're back with the Multi-Class League. It's GR3 and GR4 tonight in teams of two. A GR3 and a GR4 class of driver in each, so pros and pro-ams if you like. That's how we're running tonight. So we've got 10-minute qualifying, which is just kicked off. We've got 2 times 20-minute races, one in the late morning, and they're the weather settings. I don't know what that means. And one in the afternoon, and then some more weather settings. No idea. But points up until now. Pro-wise, we've got Obi-Wan leading the championship at the minute. 21 points on board. Don in second with 14 points. Rob S third with 11 points. Mockin in 4th with 8, Marshall in 5th with 6, Manny in 6th with 4 points, and Dizzy no points on the board yet. And we jump to the Pro-Ams. So Apache is leading the Pro-Ams with 21 points, Tire Slayer 14, Raffo in 3rd with 11 points, Pilgrim with 8 points for 4th, Ricky J in 5th with 6 points, P1 the Dodger no points, and Skippy no points so far. Team-wise, we've got NPCs leading the way. I forget what NPCs mean. Someone's going to have to remind me. 35 points on the score sheet, so they are leading the championship at the minute. We've got the Cunny Funts, 33 points for second. Team Miyagi, 18 points for third. Yorkshire Teabaggers in 4th with 12. We've got Contendo with 11 points in 5th. Steptoe and Cunt with 8 points in 6th. And Dizzy got murked in 7th place with 8 points. Oh, it's a joint, Steptoe and Cunt and Dizzy got murked. That's about the size of it in terms of points. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up if you want any of those at darksmoker@googlemail.com. And let's get into it. Let me remember to turn the sound on, because I know I forget quite a lot. So we're live from Suzuka tonight. It's looking a bit dreary over there in Japan at the minute. So we've got Obi-Wan in the house, we've got Apache, Raffo, Marshall, Ricky, Don, Mocking Weeks, we've got Manny, Pilgrim, Tire Slayer, the Dodger, and Rob S. Are 2 drivers missing tonight. Let's get ourselves in. That's not what you're meant to be doing. That's what you're meant to be doing. Still on outlaps at the minute, just coming around to finish that outlap and start the hot laps. So Obi-Wan is sitting in a McLaren. I've got Apache while you're in the Porsche. Got another McLaren with Raffo. GR4 Subaru with Marshall. Are you in teams of cars? Yes, you are. So we've got a GR3 and a GR4 version of each car. So we've got Subaru GR3 here, driven by Ricky J, and we've got the GR4 version driven there by Marshall 2012. So depending on what car they're driving, they've got a GR3 and a GR4 class. There's P1 Don in the GR4 class of Porsche, who was in the GR3. It was Apache, I think. Let me just flick through. Yes, it was. Yeah, so a GR3 and a GR4 class of each of the cars racing tonight. A couple of team Porsches on track. The Nissan's out as well. The Mercedes team on track. Livery is looking good again. Rob S with the GT4. Let's let's get ourselves, we flick over just on the rear, on the side fin of his spoiler, it says GT4, so he's in the GT4 class of the McLaren. So slightly less downforce, slightly less power. Still pretty damn quick though when you're behind the wheel. So we are into hot laps now. Looks like Obi-Wan still leading the charge. Got Raffo just in front of him. Getting a bit of a toe up the hill, Obi. What sort of times they put in. So we're already pretty much halfway into qualifying. One out lap and one hot lap has taken us to pretty much 5 minutes. That gives them another 5 minutes left to play with in this qualifying session. Times are starting to come in now then. It is Apache in the GR3 Porsche at the minute who's sitting on the top spot. Wet tyres on board, 2:21.9 for him in the Porsche. Oh, being pushed down now though. Pilgrim, Mocky Weeks and Tyre Slayer coming through faster. So Tyre Slayer has now put in a 2:13.5. Pilgrim over a second behind him, 2:14.7 for him. Mocking Weeks coming through quicker as well, 2:21.5. Pushes Apache all the way down to 4th at the minute. Marshall in 5th, 2:22.7. Oh, he's just been pushed down a position as well. Rob S getting himself in the mix, 2:20.9. 3rd position on the grid. So Marshall, we saw Ricky J, he's got himself 7th on the grid at the minute, 2:24.9. Raffo in 8th with a 2:27.6. Don in 9th, 2:28.7. Obi-Wan, 2:32.1. And Manny, 2:46.5 in the Sylvia, but looks like he's picked up a penalty or something. 2:46 on that second lap. Tyre Slayer just coming out of the pits. Oh, okay. So forget qualifying in the wet. Tyre Slayer thinks he may have found a dry line. You've got to be very careful though when you stick to that dry line. Any deviation off of it on soft tyres in these wet conditions, it could be a swift trip into the wall. Looks like it has actually stopped raining now during qualifying, so just slightly damp patches on circuit. Does look pretty dry though on the actual racing line as we look from Tyre Slayer's point of view. Yeah, we'll have to see how Tyre Slayer gets on in the soft tyres then. Apache's just gone quicker in the wets. What's he gone? A 2:12.5 straight through the puddle. You can see the second you've caught the water, pushed him very wide. So 2:12.5 for him, but he's just been pipped for that position by the Mercedes of Pilgrim with a 2:12.090, 0.4 of a second quicker. Still enough time to get one more lap in. If you, oh, who's that? Obi? Yeah. You can see on the outside of the circuit, just there where Pilgrim came through turn 1. Great big puddles off the circuit. So still Pilgrim on pole at the minute. He's still putting in purple sectors actually. Oh, that one won't be a purple. Not after a bit of sideways action through there, but he is still on pole position. Apache, ooh, running through the wet there. Tyre Slayer then, let's see what he's got. Again, he's on that set of soft tyres. There should be the quicker tyre if he can get them to grip up in these slightly wet conditions. See what he's got the first time in line. That would be a good indication. A couple of corners to go. Let's have a look. To a time in line now. Oh, he's purple. 2.8 seconds quicker. Tyre Slayer then decided to go against the grain of the wet race. Stuck a set of softs on. And it's working. Ooh, for him at the minute. You can see a little splash there as he hit the outside of the circuit. Just got to be so careful. He's up 4.6 seconds. It's a good lap by Tyre Slayer. It's coming to the end of qualifying as well. So if he puts in a pole sitting lap, nobody's going to have the opportunity to have a go back at him. It is really drying out on circuit now. Tyre Slayer sitting in third then. Can he use these softs to his advantage? He's pretty far up the field at the minute. Got to be looking at about 6-7 second lead when he crosses the next time in line. But that's it, we're over the 10 minutes, so it's this lap or nothing then. Got a couple of drivers still out on circuit. A couple of drivers pulled over at the end of the turn 1. He's up 5.3 into 130R. Cleanly through there, still dry enough to take a full tilt through 130R then. Into Casino Triangle. Oh, has he gone too deep there? Where have you gone? Yes, he has. He's thrown it away. He's thrown it away, Tyre Slayer, has he? Has he just lost that whole 5-6 second advantage? No, he hasn't. He's held on to it. 2.3 second lead. Pilgrim's in the pit, so he's out the equation. Apache's still out on circuit, so options for him. Is he out on 25? Oh, not anymore. Not anymore for Apache. That's that one in the bin as well. He's on worn softs. Tyre Slayer then, even with a mistake and some front end damage now, taking that pole position by 2.3 seconds. Made a good choice right at the end of qualifying. Decided to ditch the wet tyres and stick on a set of softs. Someone's got the horn on. I think you got the wrong relay in your hazards there, mate. They're flashing far too quick. So it is Tyre Slayer then on pole position. Pilgrim second, Apache in third, Raffo in fourth with 3 seconds penalty and just trying to dig himself out of the gravel. Marshall in fifth, Mocking Weeks in sixth, Rob S backwards for seventh, Obi-Wan in eighth, Don ninth, Ricky J in 10th, Manny in 11th. Thought we had 12 drivers in the house tonight. We had 12, all right. Down to 11 then, but it is this man on pole. Braved it on the softs. It's going to be a fast lap, you could tell from the first time in line. So there are qualifying results then. Tyre Slayer pole, Pilgrim second, Apache third, Raffo fourth, Marshall fifth, Mocking Week sixth, Rob in seventh, Obi-Wan in eighth, Don ninth, Ricky J in 10th, Manny in 13th, and Dodger in Manny in 11th. Don't know why I said 13th. Dodger in 12th. Yeah, there is 12 drivers on track. I don't know why I couldn't see them all. So, waiting, tipping it down. Is he going to stay like this for the race? Ah, Marshall's back in the room. I wondered why we were a driver missing. Ticking over quite high as well. Look at that, 1600 RPM. It's random. That's the Porsche as well. great big V's, flat 6, isn't it? Should be ticking over that high. Got issues, Mocking Weeks, you got issues. Oh, okay, just about to get this one underway then, room being prepped. Let's get everyone in. Oof, look at the state of it. This is going to be a tricky one. It's definitely not going to be soft tyres for the start of this race. It's only a 20-minute as well, so with the wet, doubtful anyone's going to come in for pow for tyres. Unless the dry line turns up, and if you could save 5 seconds a lap, man, he's got a bee in his bonnet for Rob at the minute. This always happens. This is not a vendetta or anything against Rob, it's just what happens in these lobbies. Look, Rob's trying to make a break for it. Man, he's almost got him. Patchy's getting involved now. Poor Rob. Is it that Scottish flag? Is everyone picking on you because of that? Ricky J going for a bit of a send. Marshall doing the old Driftertronic. Being sent himself by Rob S. Chaos ensues then in the little break between the qualifying and the race. Rob S has decided he's only got reverse gear now. No. P1 the Dodger comes in hot and backwards. Pow! T-bone for Marshall. Manny just finding anyone to attack, I think. Here we go then, race 1. Look at the state of it. Is anybody going to make it round turn 1? Your guess is as good as mine, people. See if everyone can get off the line. GR3s being rear wheel drive. There might be a bit of wheel spinach going on. Here we go then, the lights are on. Wait for them to drop and we get this one underway then. Oh, it's a bit of acceleration by Marshall in the 4-wheel drive. Subaru fires himself towards the front, trying to get past the GR3s already, the Maniac. Into turn 1 then. Pilgrim leads the way. The weather is disgusting here. Marshall has squidged his way into 2nd position just about... Oh, has he? Yes, he has. GR4 Subaru then with a 4-wheel drive working its magic into turn 1. It's going to be a little bit slower down the straight, but if he can get it to grip up in these corners, he should stand a good chance. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide through there. Raffo's having a little look around the outside, but Marshall's still got the line. Like I say, he's just not travelling as quickly. Raffo gets through then into 2nd place. Apache now looks at the inside of Marshall. Now the power starts coming in the GR3s. Apache into 3rd, then Tyre Slayer into 4th. Marshall holding 5th. Someone's had to take a shortcut, Mocking Weeks. I think he locked up the brakes coming through there, and the car went a bit sideways. Had to take a void in action, but he's into 6th with a little bit of a shortcut across the grass. Obi in 7th, being harassed by Rob S as well. Ricky J in 9th. He's got Manny and Don for company. The Dodger a little way back, 2.9 seconds, not having the best first start of the race. But Marshall keeping himself right in the thick of it here in 3rd. The GR4 car upsetting the GR3s at the minute. Get out of the way, you slow things, he's saying. Come on, I'm trying to drive around the outside of you, Raffo. Holding me up, bruv. Oh, Raffo's got himself a penalty as well, so he'll be slowing down as they head up this long back straight. Oh, Marshall's got a drift on. Tucked himself in the slipstream of the GR3. You can see it's pulling away with its power, but he's going to slow down here as he hits his penalty. Marshall keeping himself just in touch. He's holding that inside line. He's making the GR3s go around the outside. The Maniacs. Brave move there by Pilgrim and Tyre Slayer. Marshall just holding his line on the way into that corner then. Making the GR3s work for him. He's got the inters on for the first stint. Whoa! Pilgrim gets a little bit off track there. Other drivers having to make avoiding action. Tyre Slayer getting the back end loose on his Nissan. Giving Marshall a look at second. Again, great drive by Marshall in the four-wheel drive Subaru. Down towards turn one. Hard on the brakes. Don't want to be locking this up. Whoa. You can see it's a little bit wiggly under braking. We're all struggling a little bit here. It is Raffo that leads the way at the minute. Tyre Slayer in second, just in front of Marshall, who we're with right now. Got Ricky J in the GR4, GR3 Subaru coming up behind his teammate in the GR4. He's fending off Pilgrim, who's just had a little bit of off-track action, dropped himself down to 5th position. Oh, Raffo's gone himself off, so Tyre Slayer then takes the lead. Raffo drops himself down the order to 6th. Whoa, Marshall, everybody getting a little bit of a drift on through there. Tyre Slayer, someone's getting the horns out. Oh my god, it's chaos behind. Oh my god, look at the pile of lights heading down there. It's going to be absolute mess. Oof, everyone's made it through there cleanly. I don't know how, because there was all sorts of headlights swerving all over the place. On board with Obi-Wan then into 3rd position, but Marshall sticking it to Tyre Slayer. Little bit of a dry line starting to appear on this circuit. Marshall, look at it. Marshall, you maniac, stop it. Trying to get up the inside of Tyre Slayer, even without the power and the downforce, but he's not letting these GR3s have an easy race, that's for sure. His tyres should be pretty good as well. In the he's got the inters on. It is still a bit moist on circuit. It is drying out now though, the rain not coming down at this present time. Might give the GR3s a little bit more of an advantage. Ricky J's made a mistake. Obi-Wan's managed to get past him, and Pilgrim. Here comes Pilgrim in the GR3 Mercedes trying to overtake. Okay, great bit of driving there by Marshall. Oh, great bit of driving there by Marshall. Pilgrim didn't quite take advantage as much as he should. Marshall did back off the throttle to allow Pilgrim to take that position, but I don't think Pilgrim knew that's what Marshall was doing. Had to go around the outside a little bit. Holding 3rd though still as we hit lap 3. Obi-Wan in 4th. There we go. Ricky in 5th. We've already got drivers peeling over to the side of the track to try and keep these inters and the wets cool. We've got Raffo stinging his way past Mocking Weeks. GR3 McLaren versus the GR4 Porsche. Teammate Apache right behind him in the GR3 Porsche as well. Has a look up the inside. Does it work out? No. Mocking Weeks holds on to that position. Apache has another look round the outside here. Desperately trying to get past the teammate. Oh, it's not his teammate, it's the other Porsche team. Apologies. Manny then sitting in 9th, putting in little purple sectors. Don in 10th. The Porsche Dodger in 11th, Rob S in 12th. Yeah, everybody's still pretty close on track then. Top 3 have made a little bit of a gap. Tyre Slayer up front, Pilgrim in 2nd, Marshall still holding that 3rd position. Again, you can see that dry line starting to appear. This is going to benefit the GR3s. They'll be able to close that gap up on Marshall. Great big gap between himself and those top 2 now, 5.5 seconds. Doing really well in that first stint in the wet, but you can see now it's starting to dry out. Tyres starting to wear out on the front. No water to cool them down. Are we going to see anyone brave a pit stop? We saw Tyre Slayer start to take about 5 or 6 seconds a lap out of these people, so again, is the weather going to hold out? Is it going to turn to rain again? Do you brave a set of softs, pick up those few extra seconds per lap? He's got himself 1.5 seconds over Pilgrim at the minute. Time's come down massively now. It's stopped raining. 2:23 down to 2:11 for Pilgrim. Same for Tyre Slayer. Raffo then using the power of the GR3 McLaren got himself past Marshall. Marshall now in a fight with Obi-Wan in the GR4 McLaren. Looking a lot better on tyre wear at the minute for Obi-Wan. We flick to Marshall. His rears are looking pretty good, but his fronts are starting to hurt. Oh, Apache goes off track a little bit in the background. Mocking Weeks gets a bit of breathing room. Manny then closes up on Apache. Don not too far off the back of that fight either, with another GR3 Porsche behind him. Dodger then sitting in 10th position. The GR3s just struggling in the first part of this race with the wet, just allowing the rears to slide out a little bit. Ricky J in 11th then, 5.9 down from Dodger. And Rob S in the GR4 McLaren trying to hold on to Ricky J's coattails at the minute. Slayer lost a little bit of time. Gap from 1.5 down to 1.2 seconds now between the Nissan and the Mercedes. Still the times are coming down. Tyre Slayer gets it wrong through 130R. Oh, Pilgrim's just done the same thing through 130R. Got that Mercedes backwards through there. What a shame. He's going to be careful. Here comes Raffo up towards the Casino Triangle, right behind Pilgrim. No damage on board for Pilgrim, but that's definitely going to slow him down a bit. P1 Raffo's tyres looking a little bit better as well. Closes that gap. Tyre Slayer out on his own now then. 11-12 second lead in the Nissan. Almost at the halfway point of race 1. Okay, Mocking Weeks throws himself in the pits. He's had enough of the inters. What's he putting on? What's he putting on? Is it going to be a set of softs? Probably the right move. If the rain doesn't come back, it'll definitely pay dividends. Ricky J under threat from Dodger and Rob S down towards turn 1, hard on the brakes in the Subaru. Porsche trying to look around the outside. McLaren trying to get up the inside of the Porsche and almost makes it. Porsche's run a little bit wide. Rob S gets through then. Dodger falls to 11th. Mocking Weeks, yep, he's gone for the softs. Definitely, it's just look at that, a great big light grey strip on the track now. Again, you've just got to make sure you keep your car on that light grey strip. You start venturing onto the darker grey or the blacky sort of section, and could be a very quick trip into the gravel. We'll see what sort of lap times Mocking Week starts doing. Currently at the back of the field, but that soft tyre should start working to his advantage before the end of the race. We'll see. Tyre Slayer then 13.1 seconds up front. Raffo got himself past Pilgrim. Oh, another little wobble from him. Under threat then. Pilgrim chasing him down. Just half a second between these two. On board with the Mercedes, chasing down the McLaren for second. Where we saw Pilgrim get it wrong last lap. He's kept it in the right position this time. Closes that gap. Oh, maybe goes a little bit deep through Casino. Yes, he does. Oh, well held, Pilgrim. Loses a lot of time. Race leader, Tyre Slayer in the pits. He's also going to drop those inters off. And probably get a set of softs on. You've got a few drivers looking to come in. Pilgrim stays out. Raffo stays out then up front. 2.2 second lead now on the inters. Pilgrim still not stopped in the Mercedes. Apache still not stopped in the Porsche. Marshall blown those fronts out in the Subaru. Still holding fourth at the minute. Tyre Slayer's come out right behind him with a fresh set of softs on. again, he's going to have to be really, I was going to say, he's going to have to be a little bit careful trying to get his way past Marshall. Soft tyres on the wet. Trying to make his way around there. Could have ended up dangerously, but gets past cleanly, so gets himself back up into 4th on the chase then for those top 3. Marshall, you're never going to make 7 minutes on those fronts. Obi-Wan still hunting him down as well. His Inter's still looking pretty good. Manny's Inter's looking alright as well in the Sylvia for 7th. Don in 8th, still not stopped yet. He's still on the Inters. Rob S. Ooh, having a bit of a punch-up with Mockin Weeks, but it's going to be easy work for Mockin. Rob S is on the worn Inters. Mockin has just got himself a fresh set of softs on, so he's pushing hard right about now. Dodger still involved in the fight then. He's sitting in 11th. Right behind Rob S. And Ricky J out the pits. Oh, 3-second pit penalty. No, Ricky J. Hopefully he can use the power of those fresh softs to counteract that penalty. What a shame. So Pilgrim still leading. 4.1 seconds over Apache. Whoa, Raffo runs deep. Almost gets it wrong. So he's lost that 2nd position. Apache's taking that off him. Here comes Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer's gone deep at the chicane. Gets himself back on again. Those soft tyres. He must have just been offline or something. Are we going to see Marshall come in the pits? Looks like he's in this lap. Yes, he is. He can't finish the race on those Inters, that's for sure. Obi goes through then. Raffo's in the pits this lap as well. He's dropping off those Inters. Pilgrim then still not stopped. 14.5 minutes. Plenty of life left in his Inters. 5.6 second lead over the next man. Putting in purple sectors as well, Pilgrim. Apache the next fastest on track, so he is decent set of Inters. 5.8 seconds down from Apache though. And Tyre Slayer on those softs. Purple sectors. 9.2 seconds, 9 seconds down from Apache, 14.8 behind Pilgrim. And that time is tumbling down though. Obi into 4th then with Obi, there you go, you see, there you go. Not on the wets, but even on the Inters, picked up a bit of water through there, sent him sideways across the grass. And now under threat from a Manny, a Don, a Raffo and a Mockin Weeks. Oh, sorry, not quite Mockin Weeks yet. There's a Mockin Weeks. Stomping the Porsche. 2:14, 7 seconds quicker for Mockin. Sitting in 8th. He was at the back of the field when he came out the pits in 12th. Already up 4 positions. These tyres will definitely last until the end. 4 minutes remaining. And there is a big pile of drivers up front. Somebody's just run themselves off track. It's Raffo again. So he's run himself off track. He's picked himself up a 3-second penalty as well. And Mockin Weeks stomping forward in his fresh tyred Porsche. That's a big penalty for Raffo to lose. Oh, look at it. Oh. Mockin goes storming past him in the GR4 Porsche. He's got to do it all again then, has Raffo. Mockin Weeks is closing up on these 3 as well. Got a GR4 McLaren, a GR4 Nissan Sylvia. GR4 Porsche being chased by a GR4 Porsche with brand new fresh tyres. Still, Raffo's not managed to get himself back past. Mockin Weeks takes a second out of the drivers he's chasing. That gap down to 1.5 seconds and dropping rapidly. Could be 3 podium positions here if Mockin can play his cards right. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's another lap after this one. Oh, Raffo looking for a way through then in that GR3 McLaren. He's got a big pile of cars to fight his way past now. Mockin trying to get up the inside of Don as they come into the... Oh, there goes the GR3 up the inside. He's got himself past Mockin. He's got himself past Don cleanly. Leaves the Porsches to battle it out. Again. Oh no, Mockin, no! Ended up going 3 wide through there. Mockin comes off worse. He's got a great big fight on his hand now. 2.2 seconds back from Don. Marshall has come out of another set of inters, but they're blowing themselves out pretty quick as well. He's got a minute and a half left on track. Can he fend off a Dodger? Dodger in a GR3 Porsche. Got Rob S in 11th in the McLaren. Ricky J in 12th. So he stopped, put a fresh set of softs on. Apache now leads the race. Tyre Slayer has got it wrong somewhere by the looks of it with the wet tyres, but the power of those softs, oh sorry, the soft tyres, sorry, with the power of those softs, he's coming back at Apache. Apache's inters, look at that, straight up the inside. Still side by side though. Oh, it's nudgy between the two of them. Apache slowed down. He's given Tyre Slayer that position back. That's a good bit of sportsmanship or race etiquette, as we like to say. There was a little bit of contact between the two. Apache obviously feels like it was his fault a little bit, so he's backed off. He's allowed Tyre Slayer back on track, regain that position, maybe gain a little bit too much time over Apache to bring that fight back to him. Looking good for Tyre Slayer to take the win. Looks like the sun's just about to come out here as well. Through 200R, then down towards Spoon. Final time for race 1. There it is. The final lap marker shows up on screen. They've just got to make it round this one then. Will be this man to cross the line first. Up towards 130R, great big gap between himself and Apache now, 4 seconds. Apache I think struggling on his worn inters now a tiny little bit. Tyre Slayer then down towards the line then. He's got fastest lap as well right at the end of qualifying. 2:05.7 takes the win in race 1. Apache again fighting for the lead on that penultimate lap, but ends up second. Pilgrim comes home in third. Great drive by Pilgrim. He's seen him backwards a couple of times as well, so still pretty good to end up third position. Raffo nearly ended up backwards then. The rain's just coming down again, soft tyres. Ooh, you can see end of the race, backwards across the line for 4th for Raffo. Inter still on for Obi. Now, has this worked out for Mockin? No, not anymore. Oh, he's picked himself up a penalty. It is going to be Obi-Wan that comes home to take 5th. Manny takes 6th, Don takes 7th. Mockin Weeks with a little bit of a penalty, takes 8th. Dodger takes 9th, Marshall takes 10th, Rob S through Casino. He's going to come home for 11th. We just wait for Ricky J, just coming up the back straight now. That last little complex then, tricky one. The soft tyre in the wet for Ricky J. That rear wheel drive Subaru. As we saw, who was it, Raffo across the line? Oh, it's absolutely tipping it down now. They're glad that race is over. it is, mellow yellow. Victory for Tyre Slayer in race 1 here tonight then. Race 2 coming up in a minute, reverse grid. Not sure what the weather's going to be. If this was chucking it down, I don't know what the other settings mean. So there are your top 8. Tyre Slayer first, Apache second, Pilgrim in third, Raffo fourth, Obi-Wan in fifth, Manny in 6th, Don 7th, Mockin in 8th, Dodger in 9th, Marshall 10th, Rob S in 11th, and Ricky J in 12th. I think Marshall would have quite liked that race to have stayed wet. Thank you very much. Where did the rain come from? It kind of appeared out of nowhere, really. It looked like it was brightening up, and the last lap, nope, we're going to have an absolute downpour again. Why not? So again, a couple of minutes break just in between race 1 and race 2. Get the grid sorted out. Oh, there we go. Room being sorted out. New weather settings being installed. Get ourselves in the lobby quick, just in case the race starts and I miss it, because it has happened in the past. Dry at the minute, still a bit cloudy though. Could still be on. Let's just stick the normal nonsense on, see what tyres we've got on for Mockin. He's got a set of softs on. Softs on for everybody else, so they must know weather's good for the start of the race. Again, does it change halfway through? I don't know. Seven minutes, flipping it. 7 minutes till the next race. That's long, Pilgrim. So, free choice of tyre for race 2. I assume everyone's going to stick a set of softs on. Or maybe not. Marshall might not like the softs. I've seen he can go through those pretty quickly. I can't believe you're going to make me waffle for 6 minutes. Unbelievable. Yeah, some good racing. Tyre Slayer manages to take pole. Raffo, where you going? Bam. That's the wrong way. Yeah, Tyre Slayer taking a great pole right at the end of qualifying. Noticed the weather was getting a little bit better. Ditched the inters and the wets. Stuck a set of softs on and smashed the pole time. Even with the crash in the casino triangle, when ran himself off track, he still took pole position by about 2 seconds, I think. Marshall had a great start to race 1, tipping it down with rain. The little four-wheel drive Subaru was grabbing hold of the GR3s around the scruff of the neck and kind of get out of the way, like that. Get out of the way, GR3s, you're slowing me up. But then the rain stopped and he blew his tyres out. So went through his fronts pretty damn quick, did Marshall. What's he on? He's gone for the softs in stint 1. I might have been tempted to go for a medium tyre and run it till the end and run the whole race on that medium if it'll last 20 minutes. Ooh, don't know what that was, bit of a glitch on screen. Showed somebody going the wrong way around on the circuit. There it is. Just watching it on the actual stream. Most drivers out on track then getting a little bit of practice time in. Track will be running way quicker now it's dry. Still got a couple of drivers just sitting the practice session out in the pits. Three more minutes. Apache just putting in some fast times there. What's he got? 2023 on the soft tyre in the dry. Again, not too sure what the weather settings actually mean. The CO1s, the CO5s and stuff. I don't know. It does look a little bit overcast here, so whether it stays dry or drops a little bit of rain, I don't know. Might brighten up, but so what can Tyre Slayer do from the back of the grid now then? Now just remind me, boys, are we having the GR3s up front but reversed and the GR4s behind but reversed, or are we having it in order of first race? I can't remember. Fastest man out on circuit by a long shot at the minute, Apache. Almost 8 seconds quicker than anybody else. Race 2 just about to get underway then. Obi-Wan in the GR4 McLaren. Trying to get away from his teammate in the GR3 McLaren right behind him. It's not going to work, Obi. It's not going to work. That's the difference in power between the GR3s and the GR4s. Again, better downforce, more power. Able to drive away from the GR4s. Oh, it's looking a bit darker here at this practice session just before race 2. Right, it's 21:50 now. Keep the race off. Been waffling for long enough, boys. Go. The sending has started. Marshall's front's already blown out after 3 laps. Look. You need to drop it all the way into 6th gear, Marshall, while you're doing that. So the tyres are going like 250 miles an hour while stationary. Then just get it spinning on the spot because it's 4-wheel drive. Teabaggers then in the Subaru. Pow, head on with P1 Rob. That's not the track, Ricky J. Well, we're 2 minutes late. Oh, we're waiting for Dodgy. Okay. Dodgy has joined the room. Backwards all over the place. So here we go then, race 2 just about to kick off. Another 20-minute session. Here at Suzuka. Now again, not sure what the weather's going to do. Someone's found the horn. Here we go then. It is going to be GR3s up front, GR4s at the back. Reverse grid for both classes. Again, still looks a little bit damp here. The softs should be okay unless it starts to rain. Lights go on now then. Oh, we've got a false start. We've got a false start. Oh, Pilgrim sent it. Oh my God, it's going to be a restart. Gonna be a restart. We've got drivers all over the place. Apache's backwards, Pilgrim's backwards, getting the rears lit up off the line. Are we having a restart? Maybe we're not having a restart. Ricky J then up front, 1.6 seconds over the Dodger. Tyre Slayer also moves up into 3rd from the back of the GR3 class. Already looking to drive around the outside of Dodger there. Oh, contact. Tyre Slayer slows down. He waits for, who did he send? He's still waiting. Dodger goes past, so Tyre Slayer can get his hammer back down now. Did send Dodger a little bit into that corner. Pilgrim comes in far too hot into there. Almost takes out Tyre Slayer, and now we've got 3 GR3s at the back of the pack. Now got to have a punch up with the GR4s to get through as well. Raffo then makes his way to the front. What happened to Ricky J? He's ended up all the way down in 8th position, spun himself off somewhere. It is Raffo out front then, 4 seconds lead. Marshall up front again, Marshall in the little Subaru. Manny in the silver behind in 3rd position. Obi in 4th, Rob S in 5th. Don in 6th, Apache 7th. So the GR4s then, with the chaos off the line, have made their way all the way to the front. Apache storming his way through there in the GR3 Porsche. Should make light work of these GR4s. He's got himself himself past his teammate Don behind him. He's got Rob S, Obi-Wan and Manny to have a look at down this start-finish straight. Already carrying way more speed than these boys. Look, straight past Rob S, straight past Obi-Wan. Probably going to catch Manny by the time he hits turn 1. Not going to be able to go for the overtake, I don't think. A little bit too far back. Throws himself into 4th though. The grip though, straight up the inside of Manny. Nothing Manny can do. That GR4 Sylvia, not a match for the GR3 Porsche. Marshall though. Oh, he gives plenty of room. The GR3 Porsche goes through to take a second then, and now he's on the hunt for Raffo, but 9 seconds the gap. Marshall holding that 3rd position. Again, this little Subaru blows its tyres out. Oh, shortcut there a little bit almost. Taking those tight lines, Marshall. He's picked up a penalty for that. Slight indiscretion as well across that corner. He'll have to lose that up the back straight. That'll give Manny, Rob S and maybe Obi-Wan a look past him. Manny slots back into the slipstream behind him, getting the toe down towards Spoon. Oh, Rob S sticks 2 wheels on the grass through 200Rs. Got to be so careful through there. And there goes Tyre Slayer, firing himself past Obi-Wan. Gets himself up the inside of Rob S as well. Skyline. Oh, I've not seen Pilgrim get himself in front either. Chasing down these GR4s then. Pilgrim works his way past. We've got a Sylvia to try and get past as well. He's not making it easy. Pilgrim's having to go around the outside, but that just opens the door for Tyre Slayer to get past. Where's the Mercedes? Where's the Mercedes? Right next to him. Side by side. Oh, a little wiggle on from Pilgrim, but it's worked out for Tyre Slayer. Has got himself into 3rd position. Pilgrim getting in the slipstream, trying to close that gap up to the 3rd place driver. He's run a little bit deep. Pilgrim's gone for a drift through turn 1, gets himself right. Oh my god, it's chaos. Marshall's run himself off at turn 1 in the background. Pilgrim's drifting through turn 1, but gaining time on Tyre Slayer through there. A little mistake from Tyre Slayer as well. But the gap between themselves and Apache now is 6.8 seconds. And then the gap between Apache and Raffo jumps to 5.7. Lonely races out front at the minute. These two having a little bit of a punch up. Manny then in the Sylvia. Oh, he gets himself off circuit. The tyres are going to be dirty now as well as he heads down towards the hairpin. Subaru of Ricky J gets himself up the inside. Looks like P1 Don's having a little bit of a look up the hairpin as well. Oh, Manny's just spun the rears up on that Sylvia again, coming through the hairpin, drops himself down to the back of the pack. Marshall as well went off at turn 1. His tyres starting to show a little bit of wear on those fronts, especially back up front. Raffo comfortably 4.7 seconds up front. There is Apache just, oh, there we go, he's off, got it wrong through Casino. Now that's going to give Apache a little bit of a look here. You'll see that time drop. There he is, visibly closer, 2 seconds almost. Gap drops from about 5 seconds down to 2.8 as they hit turn 1. Can Apache bring that down? Oh, he does through there. Gains a couple of tenths. Can Raffo fend off Apache? He's looking pretty strong at the minute, Apache. Pilgrim in 3rd then. Tyre Slayer into 4th. What happened? Tyre Slayer must have gone off somewhere. Pilgrim slotted himself into 3rd. Great big 6-second gap between Tyre Slayer and Pilgrim as well. It was Pilgrim behind Tyre Slayer last time we checked. Ricky J And the GR3 Subaru up into 5th position, being hounded by Rob S in the McLaren. The Dodger in 7th, Obi-Wan in 8th. Oh, Ricky J going wide through there, maybe looking to run around the outside of Rob S, but it didn't work. Slowed him down, it's pushed him into the arms of the Dodger. Oh, Ricky J exploring those track limits. Dodger in 7th then. Obi-Wan in that little GR4 McLaren, looking to have an overtake on those GR3s in front. Mockinweed slings one up the inside of Don into the hairpin. Oh, Ricky J. Oh no, it's chaos. Ricky J's gone backwards. He's got himself pointing in the right direction now, but caught up a few drivers through there. Wonder if anyone picked up any damage. Ricky J got away with it. Rob S has managed to get through into 5th. Ricky J 6th, Mockinweed's 7th. Marshall penalty to lose in 8th. P1 Don in 9th, no damage. Obi-Wan no damage. Manny no damage. It looks like the Dodger came off the worst out of that one. Oh, he's got a little bit of front end damage. That should repair itself. But a long way down. Nearly 20 seconds after getting that Porsche pointing in the right direction. Not quite sure whose fault it was. And it's all changed at the front. Apache. I told you he was looking dangerous. He's closed that gap. Decided he's not having Raffo up front anymore. I'm having that position. So I don't know whether Raffo's had a little bit of a wobble somewhere, but Apache has absolutely stomped it up behind him. Closed down about 3 seconds gap. Gone for the overtake. Oh, Raffo goes wide through there as well. Oh, close. He's stretching the limits when it comes to track. Get a little wobble through there from Raffo. Still hot on the tail of Apache for first, but he's allowed that little Porsche to get in front. Goes a little bit defensive, Apache into the hairpin. Doesn't want Raffo to sling one up the inside. Gets a good exit as well. Pulls a little bit of time over Raffo. Through 200R then, down towards Spoon. Almost at the halfway point of race 2. Field properly broken up in race 2. We've had chaos off the line, we've had chaos out of the hairpin. Big packs of drivers racing round, some drivers on their own. Pilgrim all out on his own, he's got 8.6 seconds in front of the leading pair. 4.3 back to Tyre Slayer, who he was in a battle with. There is Tyre Slayer. Tyre's looking pretty good, so I'm not sure what happened to Tyre Slayer's pace. Rob S then in 5th, holding that little GR4 McLaren in front of the GR3 Subaru. Again, another penalty there for Ricky J to lose. That gives Rob S that bit of breathing room. It's only half a second, it won't take long for him to lose that. But it'll be enough to give Rob S a bit of breathing room into 130R, that's for sure. Mocking Weeks then leading the GR4s almost, apart from Rob S. 7th position. Another Porsche of Don right behind him in 8th. Obi-Wan in the McLaren off track through 130R. Gets it back on track. Probably lost a bit of time through there. Down in 9th. Oh, I think Marshall's just got it wrong through there. So Manny's managed to get through, take that position off him. Marshall down into 11th then. And Dodger trying to push that GR3. He's close to 3 seconds down on the GR4 pack in front. He'll be wanting to close down a little bit quicker. 11 minutes in already. Apache then still leading, still holding about half a second over Raffo. Raffo's just making the odd little mistake, I think. Let's get ourselves a bit of a view from the lead car, Apache. Looking back at the chase car, Raffo gained more time, 1.2 seconds. The Porsche then finding the grip here at Suzuka. Smashes in 2 gears into Spoon. Another gear onto the exit of Spoon. Hammer down then into 3rd, up the hill. Still 1.3 seconds between himself and Apache. Himself and Raffo in 2nd. Out of the slipstream range at the minute is Apache. Little lift through 130R does give Apache, just give Raffo a little bit of time there. Gains a 10th on him. And another 10th through Casino. Back onto this start-finish straight though. Just within that slipstream range now, Apache, Raffo. Just by the skin of his teeth into that slipstream range down that start-finish straight. Ooh, a little bit deep there from Apache. That's allowed Raffo to close up a little bit more. Different lines through here for these two cars. Finding a little bit of time here. Apache wanted to back off the throttle on the way out of the S's there. Oh, Raffo, where are you going? There's shortcuts, and then there's your lines. They are closing back up then. 0.4 of a second between them as they head through the Degners down towards the hairpin again. Half a second in it. No chance for an attack up the inside then for Raffo. Let's go and see what else is happening on circuit. We'll come back to those two soon. Pilgrim then in third, comes up to the hairpin. Tyre Slayer is starting to bring that time down between himself and the third place driver Pilgrim, down to 3 seconds. What have we got? 6 minutes. Tyre Slayer fourth then. Just put in his fastest lap at 2:02.3. Ricky J, no, goes off at Degner 1, trying to get on cleanly, but he allows all those GR4s to get back past him. Got his hands full with these monsters now as well. Mocking Weeks up into 5th position, the first of the GR4s. Rob S right behind him in 6th, Don in 7th in the GR4 class Porsche, and Obi-Wan in the GR4 class McLaren. Now a bottleneck for Ricky J to try and get past. There's one done past Obi. Down towards Spoon then. Can he get Don before Spoon? No, he can't. Oh, Obi-Wan far too hot into Spoon. Sends himself off circuit in the background. Now the GR3 Subaru should be able to close up on these guys heading up the hill. They are getting a toe off the drivers in front. Here we go then. Past Don on the run up to 130R. Rob S has gone for a look up the inside of Mocking Weeks. Oh, Ricky J! Don gets back past then. Rob S throws himself back onto the racing line right at the last minute. Almost causes Don to smash into the back of him. Ricky J got his hands full then with his Subaru. Mocking Weeks peels over to the right hand side, doesn't want to give anyone the toe. Ricky J doesn't even need the toe. See you later, Don. He's done a little toe off of Rob S down towards turn 1. And it's back on the heels of Mocking Weeks. The GR3 Subaru. 1 or 2 mistakes for Ricky J costing him these positions, but making short work of these GR4s with the power. Can Ricky J get his way past Mocking Weeks down towards Degner 1? Oh, up the inside, up the inside. It was a good move. Don't think Mocking Weeks was quite expecting that, but he's got himself past has Ricky J. Into 5th position. Mocking Weeks 6th then. Rob in 7th. Don 8th. Obi-Wan in 9th. Marshall in 10th. Tyres screaming out to be changed. Dodger in 11th. And Manny in 12th. Oh! 13th, 14th and 15th now. Even though we haven't got 13th, 14th and 15th. But it would have been if we had. Apache. Oh! Apache. Raffo, what has happened to you? I was trying to keep my eye on the positions, but I didn't realise the time had grown so much. 13.6 seconds now. Apache leading the race. An awful lot of scrapes down the side of that Porsche there, Apache. Oh my god, that McLaren is not working well here in the drive. Flipping Raffo's not having a good time. Pilgrim's not having a good time of it either in the Mercedes. The tyre wear starting to show in these GR3s then. Tyre Slayer closing up on the pair of them in the Nissan. His rear's looking a little bit better. Raffo gets himself... Oh no, he doesn't, sorry. No, I thought he got himself back past Pilgrim, but he hasn't. Possibly has now on the run down towards the Degners. Side by side, Pilgrim's still got the inside line. Gets through, Raffo's had to back off through there, brings himself right into the clutches of Tyre Slayer, heading down towards the hairpin. On board with the 4th place driver then. Oh, Raffo's made another mistake into the hairpin, catches a bit of grass on the way in. Tyre Slayer through then into 3rd position. Oh, what a shame for Raffo. So it's either tyre wear or alcohol kicking in. I don't know which it is. Pilgrim then. 2nd position. Can he fend off Tyre Slayer? 2 minutes remaining. They will see another lap after this one. Apache's quite happy, 14 seconds up the road as he heads through the triangle to finish lap 9, start lap 10. A minute and a half left on the clock. This is going to be final lap then. 13.8 seconds, just needs to keep it on the black stuff. Apache doesn't need to go mental, doesn't need to go full race pace. Pilgrim dragging his car down the pit wall in 2nd position, trying to drop any kind of toe for Tyre Slayer. Right behind Pilgrim, Raffo right behind him as well. Oh, Raffo trying to come back for that 4th position. Oh, Pilgrim gets a wobble on. Raffo, I think Raffo's really struggling in the McLaren. Look, he keeps going a little bit wide into some of these corners. It's giving Tyre Slayer a little bit of breathing room between himself and Raffo in 4th. Second, 3rd and 4th though covered by 3/4 of a second. Pilgrim then holding onto it at the minute. Apache through 200R down towards Spoon. 10 seconds left on the race clock. So Tyre Slayer's got it wrong through the hairpin. He's got it backwards. He loses that position. Raffo goes back through to 3rd position. Pilgrim now got a bit of breathing room between himself and Raffo. 1.3 seconds. He also just needs to keep it on the black stuff. Finish this lap. Up the back straight then for Apache. Up towards 130R for the final time tonight. Final lap flicks up on screen. Down towards Casino Triangle as well. Seen a couple of drivers get this one wrong. But Apache, no trouble for him. Down towards the line then to take the win in the 2nd race tonight. Apache comes home in the Porsche. Comfortable win. 14.4 seconds in the end. Pilgrim, oh my god! Pilgrim got sent. Tyre Slayer comes through, tests both of those positions into 2nd then. Pilgrim 3rd, Raffo 4th. What a shame for Pilgrim. He was on for a 2nd position there. Raffo puts pay to that, unfortunately. Rob S is in 5th. Ricky J's lost out again. He's down in 8th position. The GR4s might come home before the GR3s here. We've got a GR3 Porsche in the mix, followed by teammate in the GR4 Mocking Weeks. Dodger up the inside of Rob then, up towards 130R. Through there cleanly, as does Rob S, so does Ricky J. He's got himself past Mocking Weeks. He's looking up the inside of Rob S as well here. He's not made it work into the chicane. Almost caught out Mocking Weeks there as well, but it is going to be Dodger that comes home to take 5th position. Rob S just takes 6th by the skin of his teeth. Ricky J takes 7th. Mocking Weeks takes 8th. Obi-Wan takes 9th. Don is going to come home in 10th position. Marshall in 11th. And Manny, already crossed the line, takes 12th. But yes, comfortable win there by Apache. 14.5 seconds when he crossed the line. Oh no, it was longer than that actually after the chaos. He was 14 seconds before the chaos into the final corner. So win on the board for Apache. There we go. So that is racing done and dusted tonight. Round 2 of the Multi-Class League hosted by P1RC over there on Facebook, or P1 Race Community over there on Facebook. Go click them like buttons. What have we got coming up? Wednesday night, 8:30, Team Oliver Racing, round 2. Sprint race? No, round 3, sorry. It is back to endurance race on Wednesday night. Friday night, 9 o'clock, we've got round 2 of the GTTCC. Fantastic racing Friday night, just gone for round 1. Race 2 was pretty phenomenal, to be honest. So that's what we've got coming up. We've got Wednesday at 8:30. We've got Friday at 9 o'clock. And then back next week, 9 o'clock on Sunday for round 3 of P1RCs Multi-Class League. That's it. Right, I'm done, peeps. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, give it a comment, share it out, subscribe if you haven't. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.